Hi guys, Redneck Wannabe here. I hope all is well with you and your family today. So today I'm doing something a little unusual. I've never wanted to use my site as a marketing tool for my business. That's why I've always been, hesitant to say, where I live and all that. But I think today the cat's going to be out of the bag. So I don't live in Fort Worth, but my business is in Fort Worth. And we are at what's called LaGrave Field today. So this was a baseball stadium that had been built back in the 20s or 30s. And you can kind of see back over there, those dugouts, and then the dugouts right under here. Those are the original dugouts to the stadium back in the 20s or 30s. And then they just built this up, I guess relatively recently, sometime early 2000s, I believe. And they had a kind of a semi-pro minor league baseball team here. And I remember when my daughter was 2, she's almost 14 right now, but we came out here with my mom and dad, and man, it was a hoot. I mean, it was awesome. We just had such a good time because, I mean, as you can see, the field's right here. I mean, you could just see the players, and I just remember this. And I don't come here out of nostalgia as a baseball fan. I come here out of nostalgia. And I just wonder, wow, what if? So one thing is I used to live in Nigeria, as in Africa, back in the early 90s. And when I lived there, it was a third world country. I mean, I remember you couldn't get anything done in the country, in the city, in the state without just intense corruption. You try to do something, well, so-and-so doesn't like you, or well, you know what, if you pay us, X amount of dollars, or Naira, where we were, if you pay us X amount of dollars, maybe I will like you, and just the corruption was incredible. The poverty, it was not uncommon just to see a guy and walking down the street completely naked, and kids just wearing just nothing but a t-shirt, and fishing for frogs in the sewer, and that was not uncommon. And it was, I haven't necessarily seen it, but I've seen the ramifications of just mass riots. Something happens that the locals don't like, and man, they just go on a mass riot. And I've seen more than on one occasion where the federal police shoot somebody or arrest somebody or something like that, and just just riots, and people just going nuts. And I say all that because I am seeing some similarities with a third world country in the 90s and the US today. We've just had Dallas, we've just had Baton Rouge, and on a side note on the Dallas thing, we had to come into town on Saturday, and they had the funeral procession for one of the policemen, and I was told after the fact that it was a 4-mile long procession. I don't know that for sure, but I can just say, it was long. And the cool thing is, almost every overpass that you went over, there's American flags and people waving, and I don't know what you call that, but the I love you sign to to the procession. I mean, there were cop cars from everywhere. I mean, even out of state. It was really cool. And one thing my daughter picked up that I never picked up. She's like, Dad, did you notice how many black people there were that had people pulling over on the side of the freeway, over overpasses, and so don't buy this garbage that it's a black-white issue, because man, there were a ton of black people that were out there, for the memorial, and it was just, you saw every walk of life, white, black, Hispanic. You name it, nice cars, raggedy cars. It was so don't buy the narrative from the media that that it's a black-white thing. We have some issues, but I am seeing, and I'm sure y'all are seeing, just the similarities. So, you know, I just say all that you know, just to say that there's some crazy things going on in this world, and as a Christian, you know, the way I interpret the Bible and the way I interpret what Jesus says is that, you know, as we get closer to His coming, it's going to get crazier and crazier and crazier. And I think we're seeing that now. So the point of this video is, you know, if you don't have, I guess, a backup plan, if you're not homesteading, and you may just be in a little bitty suburban area like I am, but if you're not doing something to grow your own food, to store your own food, to have your own chickens or whatever, I think you're doing you and your family a disservice, because from what we've seen so far, things get crazy quickly, whether it's economically, politically, geopolitically, what have you. It's a crazy, crazy time. So anyway, the point of this video is just, you know, one of the guys that I listen to, his name is Greg Hunter. He has a YouTube channel called American Watchdog, or I'm sorry, USAWatchdog.com. And on Fridays he does a weekly news wrap up, and he'll always close it out with "Fear not." You know, prepare yourself mentally, spiritually, and above all physically. Fear not. And man, he's right on. You know, and you know, I am by nature a glasses half full kind of guy, but man, I just look at some of this stuff going on around here, and I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me. You know, I mean, and where I'm sorry, I guess I need to give you a background of where I'm at. So this stadium, we mow for this place once a month, and this place is due this week, and so I came out to look at it. But you know, look at this place. This place is it's been abandoned for 3, maybe 4 years, and the guy that owns this is a developer, and what he was telling me is why this place is no longer, I guess they're out of business, is they were overtaxed. And you know, whenever I heard that, man, I just shook my head in disdain, and just I mean, because man, I'm not a big fish in the pond by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, I'm a minnow, and I just know how much taxes I pay, and I can't imagine how much this guy had to pay, and I just know that, you know, onerous taxes will kill you, and we're looking at it right here. So anyway, I've rambled on enough, but just, you know, suffice to say that, you know, prepare yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, but above all spiritually, because, you know, I think we've seen from the news that that things can happen in a heartbeat, and we may wake up one day and we may not want to leave the house, but if we at least have some options at the house, we don't have to. It's when we don't have any options at the house that we have to brave the outside world, I guess, so to speak. So anyway, I hope this hasn't rambled too much. I hope I make sense. So anyway, comments, suggestions, thoughts are always welcome. So anyway, the inner city, I hope it's not coming to a neighborhood near you, that's for sure. But I mean, look at what the people have just, you know, like that electrical boxes. You know, thieves have come in and just stolen all of the copper. Man, you don't make a lot of money off of ripped out copper, you know. I hope this is not what's to come. And again, I'm a half full kind of guy, you know. But anyway, y'all take care. I appreciate y'all. See ya. Bye.